Hello, it's The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw here. It's 2025, Happy New Year, and welcome back to this review channel, folding the paper napkin of common sense into the exquisite origami bird of criticism. And I've had a comment on my recent Wallace and Gromit video from William Goss, 4691, who says, not exactly incisive, more about a certain book than a certain stop-go animation you might have watched. No sub. No sub? If I understand him correctly, William appears to be indicating his reluctance, or even, I can hardly bear to say it, his refusal to subscribe. Where's the love, William? Where did the love go? Where's the sugar? I'm not tasting the sugar. Robert Eggers' NOSFERATU is his avowed passion project as writer-director, a luxury art house remake on a grand scale, paying homage to F.W. Murnau's classic Silent from 1922, the German expressionist nightmare of Count Orlok, or Nosferatu, the Evil One, a pallid vampire living in the shadow of the Carpathian Mountains. This film can't quite bear to say the comedy word Transylvania out loud, though we get to glimpse it on a map. German stage actor Max Schreck was the vampire in the 1922 original, and Klaus Kinski in Werner Herzog's 1979 remake. Now it is Bill Skarsgård, known for playing Stephen King's scary clown Pennywise, who stays semi-shadowed for much of the film. He is undead, but intimidatingly athletic, like an animated corpse, ripped in every sense, not hairless in the traditional way, having a bushy moustache, and speaking in a booming native tongue with borderline ridiculous subtitles. It is the early 19th century, and Count Orlok plans to buy property in the fictional German port town of Wisborg, with the help of a cringingly submissive secret acolyte there, to bring his ancient evil into the heart of enlightened Europe. He tricks an innocent, wholesome young realtor into making the perilous journey to his castle to oversee the document signing in person, and plans to set the seal on his imperial expansion with the ecstatically obscene blood conquest of this man's demure young bride, for whom he has conceived a telepathic passion and who sees him in her dreams.
There is a devil in this world, and I have met him.
But you could never please me as he could. I'm ready.
The Murnau movie was famously taken without permission from Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula, with the names changed to avoid lawsuits, though keeping most plot points, including the vampire's sea journey, which made sense when Dracula was heading to Yorkshire, but more puzzling when Orlok is travelling from Romania to Germany. Eggers keeps it here with plague rats. Nicholas Hoult plays the fresh-faced property agent Thomas Hutter. Lily Rose Depp is excellent as his wife Ellen, haunted by her sleepwalking and nameless sexual yearnings. Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Emma Corrin play the couple's friends, the Hardings. Ralph Ineson is the local physician, Dr. Sievers, and Simon McBurney is Thomas's creepy employer, Herr Nock. And most importantly of all, Willem Dafoe plays the occult expert and vampire hunter, Professor von Franz, the outsider and freethinker who is the only one they can rely on, the equivalent of Stoker's Van Helsing and the great ancestor of William Friedkin's The Exorcist. Dafoe actually played Max Schreck in Elias Mahega's 2000 film about the making of Nosferatu, Shadow of the Vampire. Any adaptation of Nosferatu has to decide on what can only be called the Mel Brooks question. How far to lean into the black comic horror and absurdity? Herzog did it, marginally, and so does Eggers, surely, by giving Dafoe's Professor von Franz a bizarrely long pipe to smoke, the equivalent, perhaps, of Klaus Kinski's unsettlingly tall wine glass in Herzog's Nosferatu. And Dafoe's occasional way of suddenly appearing in the side of the frame is a little Marty Feldman-esque, although Mel Brooks never wrote anything like the line that Eggers gives to the local tavern landlord, yelling at the unruly locals, "May the mind of God bugger you." Macabre comedy works to mimic an uneasy giggle of fear and to preempt possible derision or scepticism and to keep the powder of horror dry. Eggers' NOSFERATU is handsomely produced and shot, with good performances, though for me, Skarsgård's vampire is opaque and forbiddingly gruesome without being necessarily as scary as could be expected. Murnau's creation took the vampire in 1922 to a more fabular realm of demon or monster and away from the novelistic tradition of being a personable, patrician, plausibly human figure. Stoker's Dracula was a distant cousin to literary figures as diverse as Mr. Rochester and Maxim de Winter. Orlok is more abstractly brutish, and he has to be so from the very beginning. But I felt that Eggers' vampire was more stylised, more studied, but less insidiously frightening than he needed to be. And there is less sense of his actual weakness, his passion for Lily Rose Depp's Ellen becoming personally dangerous to him. What psychological subtlety there is gets transferred to the Freudian ordeal of Ellen, attracted yet disgusted by the vampire, but realising the way in which these competing instincts must be reconciled. This is an elaborate, detailed love letter to the original, intelligently respectful and faithful. And that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share on your socials. Please subscribe and leave a comment saying what you're looking forward to at the movies in 2025. And please, please, oh please, buy my book, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details given below. See you next time.